Good evening, Elvis family. How are we today? Oh, I hope it's a good show. I think it's a good show coming up for you. Of course, you can call me free on Facebook Messenger, don't forget that, to discuss all things Elvis. We have a new Fan of the Month quiz for October. Danny B-Side won September. Well done, Danny. If you're watching, I can't see his name there at the moment. Elvis Song of the Week. This Day in Elvis History. Photo of the Week. And I've kept my promise tonight about Photo of the Week. Ladies will know what I mean. So here we are, another Sunday evening. So depending on where you're watching from, it's either daytime or evening. I see a few names cropping up which I've never seen before, or maybe they have been on here before. There's Patrick Lyons, all the way from Carlingford. Hi Patrick, haven't seen you for a few weeks. Who else? Of course, Maxine is moderating for me tonight. She always does a really, really good job. Priscilla L. shirtless. Well, I don't know whether it's shirtless. You'll have to wait and see. Gina says, you look nice tonight, Steve. I don't feel it. I feel a bit tired, actually, but there you go. I think she said I looked good in red last week. So what do? I put blue on. There's Maxine. As you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, that is the thumbnail or the banner or whatever you want to call it for this video. And that is one of the things we will be discussing tonight. So without further ado, also I've got something to tell you before I leave tonight. So hopefully I'll remember to do that just before I close the show. It's about Wednesday. So you'll probably be interested in that. I hope you enjoyed the first installment of my interview with Sam Thompson. I thought it was brilliant, not because I did it, but just because I thought Sam was brilliant. I really liked Sam. I thought he was a gentleman. I thought he spoke really, really well. He came over as really caring about Elvis. You know, he was a big, big friend of Elvis's. That's the way it came across. And there's more coming up. There's another installment coming up from Sam. And to be honest, it's some of it is quite sad. Some of it's funny. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. The reason, what inspired me to do this week's topic, which is marriage proposals, Elvis marriage proposals and secret weddings or secret marriages, was, you remember last week I did Song of the Week, and it was I Got Lucky, and I said about the interaction and the chemistry between Joan Blackman and Elvis, and it got me thinking of all the ladies in his life during his career, and also prior to him becoming famous. You know, how many ladies do we think he got really, really deeply involved with? And the first one, as you can see just there on the thumbnail, Joan Blackman, I really got to say that, you know, one glance at Joan Blackman in 1961 and you could be forgiven for thinking you were looking at Priscilla. Now, I think I have, yes. There's a side-by-side comparison of Joan Blackman and Priscilla, and I really, really can see the similarities there. I'll just take that one away for a minute. Both share sharp elfin features and raven hair. Elvis was apparently so smitten when he first met her in Hollywood, just before he started his military service in 1958, that he repeatedly pursued her and begged her to appear in his movies. So let's have another look here at something else. There's another one. There's another shot of them in Kid Galahad. In the end, she did, playing his girlfriend in Blue Hawaii. Their chemistry was so strong, she was brought back for Kid Galahad and the following year. Off-screen, Joan said they shared a magical connection and Elvis was planning to make her his wife. So there you go. What do you think of that? There's a shot of them in Blue Hawaii. And that's always a cute shot. I love the actual look on Joan's face there. It's almost like she's saying, girls, yeah. I bet you're envious of me here. Joan said, when we first set eyes on each other, in 1957 there was a spark, a magic in the air. There was just that special something between us, sometimes so warm and wonderful you could almost reach out and touch it. She was then cast in Blue Hawaii, as we know. Life imitated art, as Elvis played a GI returning home from the army. In a 1977 interview, Joan later described how the long-standing attraction with Elvis ignited on the set. She said, "We had rooms next to each other in the hotel, and for weeks we just lived together. He really wanted me to be his wife." Although Elvis had left Priscilla behind in Germany, the press had already started to speculate about their relationship. This is all despite the fact that the star was officially still dating another Hollywood starlet at the time, Anita Wood. Anita heard the rumors on set affairs with other actresses and seen images of teenage Priscilla. And Anita called off the relationship in 1962. The same year, Elvis was reunited with Joan in Kid Galahad. So there you go. There's that shot again. She played Rose Grogan, the sister of a slippery boxing promoter who spots potential in Elvis's character Walter Gulick, an amiable small-town wannabe mechanic. So that's the first one on the list that I could kind of think of, that there was definitely a strong connection between the two. I know a lot of us talk about and put emphasis on the Anne Margaret relationship. Another one, this is pre-Elvis fame, is Magdalene Morgan. Now let's see if I can find Magdalene here. I think I actually put up a shot earlier on, and it's that one there. And she says, "I guess my infatuation with Elvis started in that little church, Assembly of God, up in East Tupelo. Madeline, also known as Maggie, in school because people, including Elvis, never managed to learn how to spell her name correctly. He sang and picked the guitar. I sang and played the piano. He always had his guitar in school and at lunchtime. He would go and sit under a tree and pick and sing, not only to me, but to anybody who happened to be listening. Elvis and Magdalene would take strolls through the woods in the hills behind the house. There they talked and dreamed out loud. Elvis even had the courage to kiss his girlfriend for the first time. We were just like any other children while together. We were talking about school, church, singing. He always wanted to be a singer." Magdalene said he always wanted to be a singer. And this is where it gets interesting. At the time, there was nothing but woods behind the house. One day, he took a knife and he carved a heart on the tree trunk, and in it he put his initials and my initials, and then he carved "Love Forever" below the heart. Elvis was so fond of Magdalene that he used the marriage license of his father and mother and wrote both his name and Madeleine's, although misspelled, on this subject. Now we're also married. And it says Magdalene Morgan died at the age of 77 years. There's a shot of him around about the same time as that there with Magdalene. And yes, I have. There's the marriage license and certificate, Elvis Presley and Magdalene Morgan, September 1942, I think that says. Or hang on, maybe it's 1948. That would be correct. 42 would be too young. He'd only be 7. 1948. Yeah, okay. And then we have Betty Ann McMahon. That's actually an Irish name, isn't it? McMahon. In May 1948, Elvis was 13 years old. He met a girl he liked, and she took to him. Her name was Betty Ann McMahon. Her father owned a company of blinds and curtains. Gladys encouraged Elvis and Betty to be friends. Betty and his friends came outside during the night and sat on a blanket on the grass. Elvis would be so quiet you could hardly get a word out of him. Let's see what else Betty says. Betty became his girlfriend and they went together for 5 years. He appreciated the fact that she was a good basketball player and that they would go to the Séjour on North Main Street. That's the movie theatre. They were good friends, and having a girlfriend made him aware of his hair. This is when Elvis first took a real interest in shaping his hair, although unfortunately you can't see it there because he has some sort of hat on, doesn't he? And found a style he liked. Betty tried to teach him to dance, but he could not learn because of his 2 left feet and lack of coordination. Yeah, Elvis was the kind of guy who could only really dance on his own. When you watch him on stage, you can see that he does have good coordination. He just couldn't dance with somebody else. All Elvis could do was laughing to himself. Now, I've got a wider view of this shot of them sat on the curbing, and as we can see, there is a shadow of the photographer cast on the drive there, and I always kind of thought maybe that's Gladys Presley taking that photograph. However, it says here Margaret Cranfield. Cranfield, Cranfield took a picture of them on the street. This photo of Elvis and Betty Ann sitting on the sidewalk on the street at Winchester in Memphis, Tennessee in 1949. Margaret Cranfield, well, actually they put filled here, but it's actually Margaret Cranfield, was a neighbour. Later, Mary Ann broke Elvis's heart by choosing a boy from Arkansas over him. So, there you have it. I've got a few others here on the list. I don't really want to go too in-depth into them, but we will kind of just consider these as people that he would have actually maybe promised marriage to in an innocent sort of way. Although not as innocent as, say, the one Betty Ann or Magdalene. Would Joan be innocent? An innocent proposal. We got Deborah Paget. Now that was an unrequited love, unfortunately, because as I said in a few of my previous live streams, Deborah, I believe, was dating the eccentric Howard Hughes at the time, 1956. Dixie Locke. We know that they were planning to get married, and in fact, Elvis always joked that his first record saved his neck. That's what he said. Anita Wood. I'd love to actually speak to Anita on this channel, but I've sent Anita a friend request on Facebook, but she hasn't accepted it yet. Anne Margaret, we all know about. Did he or didn't he propose marriage to her? Ginger Alden, he proposed marriage to her in late 1976, early 1977. So, what do people think of that? Was Elvis in a sort of in a habit of proposing to ladies that he was deeply involved with? I think Billy Smith said, he loved them all. Every woman he went out with, every woman he met, he loved them all in his own way. So that could be another thing. Maybe he didn't mean it as much as the ladies thought. I don't know. I'm sure he said it, from his heart. Every proposal of marriage or promise that he made, I'm sure he made from his heart. By the way, I picked this today because there's, no words really can sort of describe how beautiful that place is behind me. It's just a fabulous place. Or as somebody likes me to say, fantastic. They like the way I say fantastic. So I'm going to say that Graceland is just fantastic. There you go. We're going to do Fan of the Month quiz. We're going to do Elvis, this day in Elvis history. I'm going to give you the poll results. There's 2 polls, actually. One was which song is your favourite from the movie The Trouble with Girls. And also I asked you to vote on Song of the Month for September. So I'll be giving you the results of those 2 polls. Now, if everybody is settled, we will do a Fan of the Month, a brand new Fan of the Month for October. 1 of 5. There's 5 Sundays in October. So more chance for people to get the questions right and get in there for, I think I'm offering a $25 voucher again. And maybe change it up in a few months' time. I can swap it around and maybe think of another another prize. I'm just wondering why I can't do that. That's very strange. I was hoping I could probably... There's Dave from I can make him a moderator. There you go, Dave. I've made you a moderator. Hello.
Hello.
Maxine, how are you doing?
I'm doing brilliant, and you?
Yeah. I've got a treat for you later on. The cold shower photograph.
Ooh,
it will be ooh. It will be ooh. There'll be a water shortage.
I think there will be.
So, what do you think?
I think it's a brilliant show so far. And
Thanks.
I think Elvis didn't really sort of know what he was getting into with the love interests with the marriage proposals.
Do you think that he, this is quite a saucy sort of question now, but do you think sometimes he might have mentioned marriage and proposal to get what he wanted?
In a way, yes, but then again, no. But we're never really going to know that. But I think one thing that always sticks out to me is that if his mum was still alive and she didn't pass away, I don't think he would have been like that. I think she would have probably given him a bit of a slap.
Well, do you know, I really don't think that Elvis had to promise marriage to get young ladies into bed, because most of them would be queuing up to get into bed with him anyway.
Yeah.
I know. You know, this might sound a little bit too near the knuckle for some people, but let's face it, he's a very, very attractive guy, and most women, when they just met him, just swooned. So I don't think he had to mention marriage to get them into bed.
No, I don't think he would either.
Yeah.
But I think him and Margaret would have made a cute couple if he'd have not done the old naughty naughties on the side of it. But
yeah, I mean, I just don't think it ever would have worked between Anne and Elvis, because she wanted her career, he didn't want a career woman.
Okay, got you.
You know, that's what I think anyway. I mean, I could be wrong. What did you think of the Sam Thompson interview?
Oh, that was amazing.
He was good, wasn't he?
Oh, he was really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I loved hearing some of the stories that he kept saying about, like, how even after him and Elvis and his sister split up, the fact that he stayed friends with Elvis.
Yeah.
Still worked for him was amazing.
It's funny. I was laughing to myself when Elvis called him in just after they split up, and he thought, right, this is it. I'm going to get the bullet. And Elvis started laughing and said, "No, far from it. You know, you stay."
Yeah.
But that's Elvis all over.
Yeah, I love that about Elvis though. He's just so. You think he's going to like be really horrible to you, but then he's like, "You're a spoon."
Yeah. So anyway, there's more coming up, and there's a few more sort of revelations and things like that in the second part. So that hopefully I can get that ready for Wednesday. Oh,
that's going to be epic.
Yeah. Okay, and I got more lined up as well. I'd love to speak to Anita Wood, but she isn't actually. Yeah. I don't know whether she's very au fait with Facebook or not. But I sent her a friend request quite a while ago, but nothing as yet. It just keeps saying requested. Oh, no. So if anybody out there knows Anita, if they can give her a little nudge for me, maybe.
I'll message her if you want.
Yeah.
Steve wants to do it.
Yeah, and big up the channel as well.
Yeah.
All right. That's great.
This one.
Yeah.
All right, Steve.
Thanks, Maxine. Cheers.
All right, thanks.
All the best.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I really, really, really would love to speak to Anita. I know, we've probably heard a lot of what she has to say, but if I can winkle out anything else, I'd love to be able to speak to her. Don says, fantastic interview with Sam Thompson. Looking forward to part 2. Yes, well, as I just said to Maxine, with a little luck, I should have that all done and dusted and ready for Wednesday. Elvis said girls broke his heart, but he didn't want ever to be faithful. Hi, who's calling Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel?
It's Mark Green.
Hi, Mark. Pleased to have you. Pleased to have you on the show.
Great. Yeah, I just want to say I've just tuned in over the last week and subscribed to say what a fantastic show that you're doing.
That's
I
very
love
good.
all the interviews that you do as well.
That's
fantastic.
Great. Did you hear the Sam Thompson one?
Yeah, I did. Sam Thompson. Yeah, I've actually met Sam Thompson myself twice, actually.
I'd say he was a lovely guy.
Yeah, he was. He's a great guy. Yeah, I've heard quite a lot of stories from Sam, and I think he's one of the genuine guys, really.
Yeah, he did. He came across as very, very genuine. And, you know, what struck me was he didn't try to, he said, you know, he didn't try to judge anybody, you know, in the circle. He just wanted them to, and he said everybody has their own story to tell, and that's fine.
Of course.
So he just came across as a really, really genuine guy. I've been trying to get Sam for quite a while, and I was really, really chuffed. I was just so pleased when I got him. And there's a few more. There's a few more I want to tick off my list as well. So I won't say too much, because, you know, sometimes you can jinx it. But I just like to tell people that there are more and more interviews to come, providing I can nail them down anyway.
Right. Yeah, well, it's quite hard now because quite a few of them are passing by. Like we just lost Dick Grove.
Yeah,
you know, he had some great stories too. Didn't he?
I know. I'm so aware that time is running out. I was so pleased as well to get the Barbara Hearn interview, because Barbara told me as well. She says, Steve, she says, I'm going to do your interview, but I'm not going to do any more after that. And I was quite chuffed to think I got her. You know. Yeah,
it's great. Well, it's just great to hear the stories, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you say, there's so many, and you know, you read all the books, you know. And it's nice to get, you know, someone who's been there, seen it, done it with Elvis, and you know, and Sam's a great guy. He's a great talker as well. He's a great talker.
He comes across as a very, very intelligent guy, and in the past people have said how intelligent he was, and he did. He struck me as somebody who's very, very clever guy, very clever. And I'd love to speak to his sister Linda as well. So I might just put a call in and see if Sam can help me out with that.
I always wish that Elvis would have married Linda. I think, you know, he may have still been alive. I think Linda was good for Elvis. You know, it's a shame that he didn't turn out that way.
Yeah. I think I think they just grew apart. I think. You know,
think so.
I mean, like I say, if I do get a chance to speak to her, I will, you know, say, what do you think went wrong? And I think she'll just say that they grew apart. That's the feeling I get anyway.
Yeah, I think so. I think Elvis was, you know, the touring and, you know, with the Raptor not being there, and you know, it's a different world, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately we can't see it through his eyes. There's only one person that could tell us, you know, the whole story, and unfortunately he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's great. That's great, Mark. Thanks for calling in. I hope you continue to enjoy the show. Anyway.
I will do. It's fantastic, mate.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. That's a new caller, Mark. And as I say, it's great to hear from new callers and you know, regular callers as well. I appreciate everybody calling in and so forth. So I think I was on the verge of doing the Fan of the Month quiz, October the 3rd, 1 of 5. And it's not B-sides, it's not movies, it's name that song. So I'm going to give you song lyrics and you've got to name the song. I don't know. I don't know whether some people like this or not. Your accent is like mine, West Midlands. Yeah, I think he was from Birmingham or somewhere like that, wasn't it? He definitely had that sort of twang in it. Are we ready? Is everybody ready for the Fan of the Month quiz? I think I can go for it, can't I? Okay. Question 1. Yes, Dave says thank you for the call. Yeah. I sing. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to sing. I'm definitely not going to sing. I will say these lyrics, and you've got to tell me the song. And it's the first correct answer that I see on my feed that I can see. I can see a live feed down the side of the of the screen, which reminds me, I must just make sure that that is synced, which it is synced. Yeah, Dave says, name that tune. There used to be something on television called Name That Tune. If you think that this is just a game I'm playing, can you hear it in your head? If you think that this is just a game I'm playing. Banjo Paul says, you can sing to. No, definitely not. Because that would make it easier. That would definitely make it easier. If the moderators can just confirm for me that I get the right name. Keith McPhillips, don't. Well done, Keith. Now, I'm pretty sure Lou Dane says, baby, I don't care. No, believe it or not, it wasn't Lou, no. There's a lot of don'ts coming through there. Banjo is giving me the next line. You don't need to give me the next line. You just need to give me the name of the song. And I'm just waiting for the moderators to confirm that it was Keith. Yeah. Thanks, mods. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Maxine. By the way, it's great to see Dave back. Dave was kind of tied up with his own personal life and other things that were going on in his life, so he stood down for a little time. He contacted me there a couple of days ago asking if he could come back on. Steve, you can't have it all. Yeah, Dave said he'd like to come back online for the month of October, and I said, sure, why not? Yeah, help us out. Maxine's doing a great job, and but you know, it's not always easy, especially when Maxine rings in, to keep an eye on the comments as well. But everybody behaves themselves anyway. We get the occasional naughty, but apart from that, right. This is the next one, question 2 of Name That Song. I will give you the lyrics, you give me the name of the song. Get up in the morning feeling mighty weak. Carol says Linda knew he was seeing other women. I think she probably did. It would be hard to keep it secret. Who is going to get this next one? Get up in the morning feeling mighty weak. I'm going to give that to Doug. Gotta know. Yeah. Hi, Chris. I gotta know. Jill says I gotta know. Chris, it's fantastic. It really is. Couldn't resist that. Too much monkey business? No. It's I gotta know. Here's a tricky-ish one. Well, kind of tricky. It's not a very well-known Elvis song. If they say we were doing wrong, if they say we were out too long. Ang Elvis says, when Steve Binder. Yeah, I'd love to get Steve on the show. I'll contact Steve, see what I can do. Okay, if they say we were doing wrong, if they say we were out too long. Don Dorhan, put the blame on me. I put the blame on me. Yeah. Fabulous song. Great song. I wish he'd have continued in that vein in the 60s. These nails. Priscilla, yeah, put the blame on me. Sausages were too slow, that one. Doug says. Yeah, Don Dowhan got it right. I hope I'm saying that surname right. Don, congratulations. Here's one. Yeah, Jeanette, I asked for Angie Marquez, and I contacted Angie, and she said I had to contact the I don't know, some division of EPE. They gave me an email address, and they said that she wasn't available to talk to me. But I could speak to the general manager of the guest house, I think they said. So I think, I don't know, I think they only allow Angie to speak to certain people, I think. Yeah, this question now, question 4 coming up, was a video I was watching the other day. And I forgot what a great song it was. It's a movie song, and it was probably one of the best songs from this movie. And the lyrics are: "Black cats, keep away from me. Take my advice, go shinny up a tree." So good lyrics as well. Black cats, keep away from me. Take my advice, go shinny up a tree. Maxine says she's done loads of interviews for others, though. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the reason why they said that she was unavailable. So, yeah, Danny B-side. Hey, Danny. When I say hard luck, I don't mean hard luck Danny. I mean, that's right. Hard luck is the name of the song. 2 points drop, Danny. That I'm happy with the draw. Very happy. Wow, look at all these. I thought that that was a hard one, but obviously not, because so many people are saying hard luck, hard luck, hard luck. JC22 says hard luck. John. Yeah. Maxine says well done, Danny B-side. Question 5. And to me, this is an underrated song. You're the one who beckoned the wind and fanned the flame when our love began. Which song is that? You're the one who beckoned the wind and fanned the flame when our love began. Just looking at Great Graceland there. Superb. I have to go back there. I have to go back. Chris says, oh, that's hard. Inherit the Wind. No, it's not Inherit the Wind. Jack, well done, Jack. Good to see you. You just got in front of Danny B-side. My old mate, Jack. Hi, Jack. Hope you're keeping well. Singing Tree. And I don't know whether people will actually... Hey, Doug, Black Star. That's pulled out from nowhere. Black Star. I was actually thinking about Black Star the other day. I was thinking, I think I've said this the other, when we were discussing Elvis's movies a few months ago, and I was saying I preferred Black Star to Flaming Star. I think it just fit the song better, and I wish they'd have left it at Black Star. Why they changed it to Flaming Star, I don't know, because I think Black Star was a lot better. Black Star actually, as far as I'm concerned, fit the melody and tempo of the song a lot better than Flaming Star. Maxine says, I'm nervous but excited for next year, Steve. Yeah, you will have... Maxine is planning on going to Graceland next year. Definitely don't be nervous. Be excited. Jack says, glad my internet cooperated with... with it this time. Yeah, I know some people have difficulty with the quiz because of their internet. But yeah, you got through that time. Yeah. And Singing Tree. For me, a underrated song. And Elvis even overdubbed his own harmony vocal on that. So when you hear the other voice singing, that's Elvis. I wish he'd have done that more. I wish he'd have gone back after doing the main vocal and recorded harmony vocals. Yeah, John says I prefer Flaming Star, but we can't agree on everything. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's it's all a matter of taste. But I just thought Black Star was great. More macabre as well. Black, associated with death, I suppose. And we all know what happened to Elvis at the end of Flaming Star. You don't actually see it, but it's intimated that that's what happens to Elvis. He dies. That's a shame, Chris. Yeah, she said she's never been nor likely to. Maxine says she'll end up bowling like a baby. Well, I did. When I got to the meditation garden. I told you the story, I think, a few weeks ago. Jeanette asked me about it, and I told her. Question 6. Again, I think this is... Jack says he doesn't care much for Singing Tree. I like it. I really like it. I like the harmony vocal. Right, yeah, as I was saying, this one again is another underrated, underplayed song outside of the Elvis world. You're unlikely to hear this on mainstream radio. You'll hear it on Elvis radio, but you're unlikely to hear it on mainstream radio. And the lyrics go, well, it's a long, long time from now to maybe sometime, and the waiting around is really killing me. Now, I heard this on when I was in the car the other day, and that line always gets me. The waiting around is really killing me. So what song is that from? Well, it's a long, long time from now to maybe sometime, and the waiting around is really killing me. And I'm going to have a drink. Hey, Danny B-side, it's a matter of time. And Jack got in there, and Keith got in there, but Danny B-side's internet connection must have been just slightly faster. There must be fractions of seconds in it. If I just scroll back there, and I see Danny B-side, and then I see Ann Y, and then Jack and Keith and Tina. I bet there's like milliseconds between them. See you there to Ruth Daniel. Yeah, Ruth will probably meet you there, I'd say. Yeah. It's great when Elvis fans meet up together. It really is like a family. So we have 1, 2 Keith McPhillips, Doug Dickerson, Don Dowham, Danny B-side gets 2, and Jack gets 1. So, and we'll have another round of Elvis Fan of the Month quiz next Sunday. I've got all the questions lined up. I'm very organized this week, but I still have a lot of work to do. I have a bit of work to do on the Sam Phillips Part 2 interview. Right. This day in Elvis history, and I have photographs. Well, did I show you? I did. I showed you all the girlfriend photographs. So here we go. This is what I need to show you. 1955, Elvis performed at the G. Roll White Coliseum, College Station, Texas. This was the beginning of a 4-day tour with other hayride acts. And I've got that there. A very, very young Elvis. But I've also got an inside photograph of the Coliseum as it looked in 1955. Quite a big place. I'm sure Elvis would have been nervous performing there. 1956, on this day, the 3rd of October, the Colonel was debating with RCA about a new 5-year contract. Of course, by October, it was blatantly obvious that Elvis Presley was just going to be huge, a huge star. So much had happened in those 10 months. Unbelievable, really. Elvis would receive an advance of $135,000 against a 5% royalty, together with a weekly payment of $1,000. That's a lot of money in 1956, $1,000 a week. However, he was required to make at least 10 appearances in person or on radio, television to promote his recordings. The contract was signed on October the 18th. 1966, principal photography began for Easy Come, Easy Go. Elvis's last picture for Hal Wallace and Paramount. And there he is. Yoga is as yoga does, I believe. Looking fantastic. 1972, Elvis and Linda returned to Los Angeles after a stay in Palm Springs, and the couple flew home to Memphis the following evening. 1974, on this day in 1974, for the second day, Elvis performed at the Civic Center, St. Paul, Minnesota. And we have some photographs, which I'm going to let play round. He's wearing the rainbow suit, the rainbow swirl suit as is known. And there's some shots here in a minute for the ladies. And I don't really know what to say about that. And that's a great one. Yeah. She's filling her boots there. He's lying down and reciprocating. It's probably the only way he could reach her. The stage looked quite high, didn't it? 1977, the CBS special, which was shot in June, was aired. The night of the show, Myrna Smith told Jerry Schilling on the phone, "It really went well. Elvis looked really good. He's lost a little weight." After watching the CBS special on air, Myrna burst out in tears, crying, "We were all wearing blinders." Okay. Look at that smile. A fantastic smile. Just love it. I really, really love it. That's from the June the 19th. I think that was from Omaha. And the previous day, the bodies of both Gladys and Elvis were moved to the meditation garden at Graceland. This took place under the supervision of Sam Thompson. So there we have the gravesite. And that was this day in Elvis history, the 3rd of October. Should we do the polls? I think we will do the polls because I'm interested to see what they were. The first one was... no, sorry. I better do pick of the week, hadn't I? No, I won't. I'll keep you waiting a little bit longer because I've been telling the ladies that they won't be disappointed with this one. They were on about they wanted shirtless ones and topless ones and things like that. So we'll do the polls and then we'll do the Elvis pick of the week. I asked you which of your favourite songs was from the movie The Trouble with Girls, and the options were Swing Down Sweet Chariot, Almost, Clean Up Your Own Backyard, or I said to you, well, you can leave another song from the movie if you want. You can comment below. And here we go. Swing Down Sweet Chariot 25%, Almost 17%, Clean Up Your Own Backyard, a huge winner at 55%, more than half of the votes for Clean Up Your Own Backyard, and then just 3% for other songs. Let me give you actually some comments that people left about it. Jeanette says, finally a poll question that's easy for me to answer. Swing Down Sweet Chariot is my pick. Now, there you go. This is Elvis's bread and butter. The tune is jovial, upbeat and catchy. Always gets me in a good mood. In the movie, you can really see him enjoying the song, and he never stands still. Elvis and gospel is the best combination. Vilma says, clean up your own backyard. Just love the rhythm, and the lyrics are great. Everyone should just tend to their own business. Yeah. Danny? Hiya, Danny. For me, it's got to be Almost. His voice was unbelievable, so smooth and silky. David says, voted for beautiful melodic Almost. There's two Almosts in a row. Oh, Sam, I like seeing Elvis playing the piano and singing Almost. Kimberly, Swing Down Sweet Chariot, most definitely. So there you are. And the second poll was for the song of the month. And it was Wear My Ring Around Your Neck, which was September the 5th. That was the undubbed master. September the 12th was Make Me Know It, take 1. Talk About the Good Times, take 3, was the 19th of September. And finally, I Got Lucky, which was just last week, September the 26th. I Got Lucky. And this one actually surprised me because I did expect it to be, I expected Make Me Know It to get a lot more votes than that, take 1, but it only got 16%. It was very, very close between Wear My Ring Around Your Neck, the undubbed master, and I Got Lucky, 29%. But just fractionally more than I Got Lucky was Wear My Ring Around Your Neck, the undubbed master. And that brings us to Song of the Week. Ladies, I'm still going to keep you holding a little bit longer for that fantastic photograph pick of the week. My Song of the Week, believe it or not, just after the poll, I've chosen the one that won, which was Clean Up Your Own Backyard. Because when I saw the votes coming in, I thought, yeah, it's my favourite song from The Trouble with Girls, so I'm going to use that as my Song of the Week. It was written by Mac Davis and Billy Strange. It was released as a 7-inch single in 1969 with The Fares Moving On B-side, but not featured on any studio album, but was later included on a compilation budget RCA Camden album, Almost in Love. It reached number 55 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 21 on the UK Singles Chart. I'm going to put a link below for the video from The Trouble with Girls of him singing it, because he looked so damn good with that white suit on, and he just looked fantastic. This wasn't long after he did the NBC TV special, and we know how fantastic he looked in that. And I'm also going to include a link for the version, the overdubbed or the re-recording version from the 1981 Guitar Man album that Felton Jarvis did, to see what you think of that. If you haven't heard it, I'm sure a lot of you will have heard that re-recording from 1981. There's no live show on Wednesday, but do not fear, there is a show. There's still a show at the same time that I would normally broadcast on a Wednesday. So whatever time it is with you normally on a Wednesday, I'm going to give you the second part of the Sam Thompson interview, if that's okay. So no live show till next Sunday, but the Sam Thompson interview will be coming up at the half-hour mark of whatever time it is with you. It's 7:30 in the UK, 11:30 West Coast, East Coast 2:30, and Memphis time 1:30. If I'm getting it right, I'm sure I am. So don't be disappointed if you don't see my ugly mug on Wednesday. Oh, right. Pick of the week. Stand by, ladies. That's it. And this one struck me as quite funny, because you'd almost think that the position of his arm, he's actually taking he's taking a selfie with his smartphone. It looks like a modern day selfie, doesn't it? The position of the arm and everything like that. So I wanted to give the ladies a topless one, because I know a few ladies were making comments the last couple of weeks saying, Steve, what about the topless ones? So let's have a look. Arkansas Dave says hot shower. No, cold shower. Jeanette says, oh my. Priscilla says, oh, holy mother of God. That's very Irish, Priscilla. Very Irish. Thanks, Vicky. Your mug is not ugly. Look at that gorgeous pout. Yeah, it's almost like a trout pout, isn't it? Dippity doo. I like that. Mr. Silvery Sleep. That's a fabulous one. Looks like he's in a bathtub. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he looks like he's taking a selfie with his Android phone or his iPhone. It's just the position of the arm, isn't it? I'm glad to bring that to you, John. He says he's never seen it before. Chris is giving me sort of cold icons there. Well, maybe the gay community might appreciate it as well. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, because look at the beautiful light, and the profile on that face is just really, really good. Hi, Matt. Yes, Maxine, I did get it, and I will probably use it next week if that's okay. Maxine donated a cold shower photograph, and it's a good one. Again, Steve is a handsome guy. Have you been drinking, Chris? Now, yeah, so there you go. I hope I didn't disappoint with that cold shower photograph. So just a reminder, there is no live show next Wednesday. There'll be the next live show will be on Sunday, a week today, but I'm not going to disappoint you by not having any material for you to look at or listen to. So I'm going to give you the second part of the Sam Thompson interview on Wednesday. I've really enjoyed it again tonight. I hope you have. And as I say, I'll remind you during the week. I'll post a little short video or something to remind you about the Sam Thompson video coming up on Wednesday. Don't forget, if you do want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee by using the link below. And don't forget to check out the links in about 5 minutes after this live stream for Clean Up Your Own Backyard, which was Song of the Week. So until Sunday, please look after yourselves and take care, and I'll see you next Sunday. Enjoy the Sam Thompson interview.